Welcome back to the show, everybody. Check out these headlines. Congressman Warren Davidson, attacking Chris Larson now. We're going to get into that. Ray Dalio and crypto. Britain crypto regulations coming soon. Ripple partner acquired. And how banks will go live on-demand liquidity. You're going to want every bit of that. Somebody rolled a beautiful intro.
Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at Dig Perspectives at the top of the screen right here. It's $2.138 trillion market cap. We've pulled back a little bit right now. It is March 29, 2022. Bitcoin, 47,200 plus, down from 48,400 plus this morning. Ethereum, $3,300, almost 3,400 right now. We see XRP is at 85 cents, taking a breath as well. The range of price right now is 85 cents on the low side to 91 cents above on the top. We'll keep an eye on it. Ladies and gentlemen, I tell you about it all the time, but it's Masterworks. For the first time, you can participate and buy into commoditized art, what the richest people in the world do. It's now available to all of us for $20 a share. And by the way, overall, the platform is outperforming the S&P, let alone individual artists like Banksy here running a 19.9% appreciation rate. I tell you this because I am so excited about participating in this. I've been trying to accumulate as much different shares of different artists as possible, and this is extremely exciting. I'm putting a link underneath the video for you to check out. Right here, Warren Davidson picks the fight here. Chris Larson, we covered it this morning, put out the article. He put out an op-ed late last year about urging Bitcoin to move from proof of work to proof of stake, or some other better validation method that doesn't use as much energy consumption. Well, now Warren Davidson comes out here and takes it as an actual threat and ties it really to Ripple when Chris Larson made it abundantly clear that it was his personal effort and his personal agenda to pursue this for Bitcoin. And he brings it up because he does hold Bitcoin. He wants to see Bitcoin be better than it is today, which means, look, here's the funny thing about this. I'm no coder, I'm no developer, that is for damn sure. But what I can tell you is that I've learned in this computer age that everything gets a better version. 2.0, 3.0, 4, 5, 8. Look at your cell phones, your iPhones. 3.0, 5, 8, 11, 15. It goes on and on and on. But for some reason, the Bitcoin maxis, and I'm guessing Warren Davidson is one of them, because he has really revealed himself here over the last handful of days. Taking shots at Ripple and XRP and the XRP ledger because he wanted to retweet a scam tweet and tried to use that as if it was factual, showed no integrity, no humility whatsoever, did not really come out and retract the statement and say, hey, I got that one wrong. And Lord knows you're hearing someone who's had to do that plenty. Okay? So I know what it's like to show some humility out here. But the reality is now he's trying to change the narrative and really take a stance against Chris Larson, trying to urge everyone in the Bitcoin mining community to move to a better version of it so it doesn't get left out in the cold. Look, Ethereum is doing the same exact thing, right? Why is Warren Davidson so upset and says, in other words, please ban Bitcoin? No. Oh, okay, big shot. Well, he says even further, if not in statute, in coercion. With coercion, he says. And I tell you, these are strong words that Warren Davidson is using here. Chris Larson responds in this tweet down here further and says, this is the exact opposite of what I'm advocating for. I hold Bitcoin. I want it to be successful in the future. I'm being pragmatic about what's going on. When ETH completes the switch, Bitcoin is the outlier on energy use, just like I said, right? So Warren Davidson has revealed himself to us, ladies and gentlemen. That is what's going on here. And I've asked him underneath his comment here, if not in statute, then in coercion. Hey, Warren Davidson, could you throw some of that high-powered perception you have on this clip for us, which is the clip of Joseph Lubin, explaining how to disguise your identity in investing in Ethereum if you're a whale? I really would like to hear your take on it. And Warren Davidson goes radio silent in 3, 2, 1. Nothing out of him. Nothing out of that coward mouth of yours, Warren Davidson. Let's hear it, my man. Let's hear that high-powered perception you have, that you know better than the rest of us about Bitcoin and Ethereum and what they are, because you touted the lie from William Hinman. Let's hear you now speak to this video clip, Congressman. Let's hear you speak to this. But you won't, because you're a coward. At the end of the day, I want to thank him for revealing who he really is to all of us. He has removed all doubt that he himself is a maxi with special interest here, because of his attack on Ripple and XRP have proved to be absolutely intentional at this point. World's largest hedge fund, led by Bitcoin holder Ray Dalio, said to be investing in crypto assets. This is quick and easy, but this is all you need to know here. Ray Dalio and Bridgewater are jumping in. $150 billion in assets under management, plans to be an external vehicle with exposure to cryptocurrency, according to the report. The sources were quoted by CoinDesk as saying that the fund had no plans to invest directly in such assets, and the size of Bridgewater's investment was minuscule compared to its total assets under management. Other prominent crypto investors are also said that to be in talks to invest in the fund, as per the report. They're in the game. They're getting in the game, which tells me Ray can see that there isn't going to be many places of high ground to stand on when things begin to collapse. And he is seeing assets as well as digital asset exposure as one of those places of high ground. Not financial advice. Moroccan central bank in conversation with the IMF World Bank on crypto regulation best practices. I read this whole article, which has an ad and paywall on it, which is absolutely annoying. But I got through it. And you don't have to. But what I can tell you is that it is a mess. Look, I feel that the Moroccan Central Bank is doing this because they see the shots over the bow that El Salvador has gotten over making Bitcoin legal tender. I don't know after these talks if you're going to see the Moroccan Central Bank move in that direction at all. Again, as we reported, that Russia has a new parallel payment system already built that escapes Western sanctions, as we reported here months ago. What do we know? Wall Street Journal's now talking about it. Not YouTubers and podcasters into crypto, but the Wall Street Journal is acknowledging it too. Things are changing all over the world, ladies and gentlemen. We are becoming front and center with the new digital technology and new payment systems. The new financial system, I believe, is being ushered in at a breakneck pace at this point. Britain will reveal crypto regulation plans in coming weeks, sources say. The announcement will focus in particular on stable coins, digital assets that derive their value from existing currencies like the US dollar. And don't think that the digital euro won't come up and the digital pound won't come up in that conversation. Interest in the digital dollar is increasing. Now, we covered this about the new bill that was introduced into Congress for e-cash, generally associated with the use of physical currency, including anonymity, privacy, and minimal generation of data from transactions. Hogwash, I tell you. Hogwash. If there's an upside to getting rich in the digital world and the digital asset space, I tell you there's a downside to it too. And it is all of us losing your anonymity and your privacy and minimal data generation from transactions. What the hell do you think they're doing this for? Get rich, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all get rich together, right? And then let's get the hell out of here. Oh, brother. But you know what? We move on. And I'm not leaving here till 4 or 5 digits. So I'm here for a while, by the way. Israeli unicorn Papaya Global offers a cloud-based platform for companies to handle is acquiring Ripple partner Azimo. How about that one? Offer a payment solution that delivers payments in hours instead of days. Azimo uses on-demand liquidity in the Philippine corridor. Come on in. And this is the idea that open banking is on the rise, and it can even transform the payment system across North America. But 55% of U.S. adults have never heard of it. Very quickly here, we're going to look at this because open banking takes place when banks and financial institutions give customers and customer-approved third parties digital access to financial data. This is going to speed up the ability to have settlement and improve and broaden revenue streams through new API-enabled products, improve customer personalization and satisfaction via increased touch points, and strengthen relevance for financial institutions by diversifying their client offerings. Another benefit lies in the data transfer, in which competitive third-party providers can access bank account transaction data through APIs. Customers who consent to share the information within the open banking system give providers a better understanding of customer needs, enabling streamlined payment solutions and enhanced user experience. This is all about really connecting your network of payment providers that you and financial institutions you interact with, as well as companies too, to create this smooth, ubiquitous experience going forward. And obviously on the back end, on-demand liquidity is a huge, huge part of making that happen from Ripple. Here is an incredible video, and this came out a couple years ago, and I've talked about it before, but Anders L. is an incredible influencer on Twitter and YouTube. I encourage you to give him a subscribe, as I've done long ago. And I'm going to play a couple minutes out of this video for you that I want you to hear. And he is going to use the words of David Schwartz, Bob Way, all from Ripple, and tell you in their words that he's captured and lays it out to us to show you what he believes is how banks will go live with on-demand liquidity through the use of market makers and remittance companies. It's pretty damn compelling. And when you think of this, as you're listening to all of this and watching this as we go through it here, I want you to remember just over the last few weeks, how many different companies and partners we've seen either recommend or say they're opening a corridor with Ripple or RippleNet, the Arab Monetary Fund, and so on and so on. Let's take a look here. Check it out. Shout out to Anders L.
Doesn't want to touch a digital asset. They're like, we can't have XRP on our books, we can't buy it, we can't sell it, it's just too much of a regulatory challenge for us. But let's say they want to make a payment in Mexico and they don't want to have to pre-fund and they don't want to have to get confirmation 3 days later. What they can do is they can have an XRapid customer that probably won't be a bank, it'll be a payment company or some other type of institution that uses a digital asset to buy the Mexican pesos as an internal treasury function and then offers those Mexican pesos to the bank. So
possibly just like the example of Azimo being bought by Papaya Global, right? And many other examples we've seen just over the last several days. Keep listening.
It's a workaround to the limitations that we found that we think is adapted to the situation that we're in today.
And so that's what I expect turning the switch is going to be. It's going to be connecting banks to these other payment service providers that are already using the XRapid product and going through XRP now, and increasing the volume.
I asked David about Ripple's presentation to banks. I said to David, I've been in sales a very long time, and I can't imagine your sales team presenting the Ripple solution and getting to the end to explain the advantages of using XRP with on-demand liquidity and wrapping up the sales pitch with, if there's ever a bull run, we sure hope there's enough liquidity in the system and the value of XRP is high enough that you can move your large sums of money. David looked at me and said that was the biggest challenge in the presentation to financial institutions, is keeping their expectations under control on when they'd be able to use ODL for the larger transfers.
So as you can see, and what we're witnessing today, because this is 2 years old that he put this together, but it becomes even more relevant to me, as I'm sure it is hitting you today. We know that Ripple and RippleNet are still opening on-demand liquidity corridors. And it is extremely exciting to me hearing these words, understanding what we know today and how long they've been working on this up till this point. I think we're getting very, very close to some explosive news and hopefully price action for XRP. Not financial advice from me or anyone else, ladies and gentlemen, but that's where we are on this day. Make sure you leave a comment underneath the video. I can't wait to see it. Remember, I never comment under the videos. Very rarely do I do. They are riddled with scammers. We have tried to delete them, but they're bots. They keep coming back. YouTube will do nothing to help us. I will never ask you for money, and I do not use WhatsApp. So know that they are scammers. Always look for the white check if I do actually like and love the comments. So that's going to do it for me. Check out all the links underneath the video. They are great products and specials I use each and every day, but you got to click the links to get them. I'll catch you on the next one.